Welcome back in the lab with Concentrix Betting and Gaming Support Services. I'm David Angstadt, on with my man Dan Marini, Head of Strategy for Concentrix Betting and Gaming Support Services. Fresh off of the NBA Finals, it was a crazy peak season heading in with the Celtics locking it down, locking in my futures bet as well. Thank you, Boston. As a Philly guy, that hurts to say, Dan. It pains me, but it doesn't pain the bank account, so that's all right. We're here to give you an update on what's been going on at Concentrix Betting and Gaming Support Services, and as we're thinking about moving towards next football season. But before we get into the business, I know the Marini magic has been cooking in the lab again, Dan. You've been on an all-time heater. We could do a whole half hour on Marini wins lately, but what's been your favorite win story lately? Give the people some of the Marini magic, the sauce.
We have to go back to Sunday, man. It was Bryson DeChambeau. I took him pre-tournament. I didn't wait to see how it shook out day one. It was a stone cold lock on Wednesday, plus 1850
Oof,
for the odds on the
yes.
side of that.
You and our
But
man
oh,
Dave
man, it was
Portnoy are on that together, right?
yeah. I didn't have as much money as old Portnoy, but I'm not going to complain with the win. No, man, it was crazy. I saw it slip out of my fingers on late Sunday, and
Literally.
then Rory said, "Hold my beer," and missed a couple 3-footers, and I was like, "Am I really going to slide back into this?" But it happened, man. Bryson's grown on me. He's turned things around from an image standpoint. And,
I
I'm a fan of Bryson now,
I mean,
especially when he puts some
hitting a
money in my
plus
pocket.
1800 futures bet will kind of do a lot for image repair. We're gonna come back to Dan's picks. He's been an all-time heater. He also called Mystic Dan cold at the Derby, by the way. I know that's a little bit of a throwback, but I got to get that in there for the people to know that you've been on an all-time heater. We're gonna wrap the show today with some of Dan's picks to get us through the dog days of summer. But Dan, for those who haven't heard of us, could you tell us a little bit about what we do here at Concentrix Betting and Gaming Support Services, and then we can get back to the fun stuff with the picks.
Yeah, so what we do at Concentrix, we provide the entire ecosystem around the better, starting with the technology. If your CCAS needs updating or overhauling or retooling, we can do that. We can provide live support for you. We can jump in and see how you're leveraging AI to make things better for your customer experience. But we do all the different channels. We do voice, email, chat, but then all the different pieces of betting and gaming. So whether it's customer support, whether it's VIP support, whether it's fraud, KYC, responsible gaming, we have it all. We wrap all of our capabilities around the better.
Is that just for unlicensed volume, or I know we've been working hard on license. Can you tell the people a little bit about our journey
Yeah, both
on the licensing
licensed
path?
and unlicensed. We have blazed a trail through licensing. We are now licensed in 25 states.
Wow.
We have a few more to go to round that out, but the progress we've made with state licensing is incredible. So yeah, you could lean on us for licensed or non-licensed work.
And where are we providing these services out of today? I know Concentrix, 440,000 people all over the globe, over 500 office locations. Where are some of the premier locations that we've established for supporting our betting and gaming clients?
Yeah, good question. So we provide live support out of the US for both work at home and brick and mortar. We are live with support in the Philippines. We are live with support in Colombia, and Brazil is about to go crazy as well. The government in Brazil has recently lifted the restrictions on online betting, and it's going to be an extremely exciting market. It's kind of like the new gold rush for the betting and gaming industry.
Absolutely. I've heard it's supposed to be the second largest market in all of the Americas. There's a massive population already accustomed to betting and gaming in their daily life. Now they can do so in a regulated and legalized manner. It's going to be unbelievable to watch what happens in Brazil, especially
Well,
with
if they
Copa
hit me up, we
America.
can take them there quickly.
Copa America happening this summer. Brazil's front and center for that rivalry with Argentina. We'll see what's going on. So that piece that you just touched on ties nicely into my next question that I have for you is, now that we're in this kind of short off season, preparing for football season, What have you and the team at Concentrix Betting and Gaming Support Services been focused on to make sure we're ready for next season, to make sure that we're innovating on behalf of the operators that we work for? What are some of the areas that you're focusing on?
Just getting everybody staffed up appropriately, making sure that training, all the compliance needs are in place, but really preparing for the burst capacity. Concentrix has the ability to provide kind of short-term burst capacity support until things sort of level out. So that first week of NFL, that weekend, that Monday night, it's going to be crazy, and then it'll level out. But then the playoffs come, and January is going to be nuts. And we're already planning on those burst capacity needs on those Saturdays, Sundays, and Monday nights. That leads us into the Super Bowl. So I know it sounds crazy that we're talking about these things in June, but it's that type of planning that's necessary to make sure that all of our partners are prepared to service their customers.
Excellent. Beautiful to hear. One topic that I've been hearing a lot about in the industry lately is the push towards responsible gaming. Operators taking more of a vested interest in ensuring that the bettors are having a safe experience on their platform and doing so in a responsible manner. Is there anything that you and the team here at Concentrix Betting and Gaming Support Services are doing to kind of lean in with the operators that we support in the market in general around responsible gaming?
It's really at the forefront of every single conversation with betting and gaming. It is the focal, it is the most important thing. Yeah, our operators, our partners, we're here to make money, but we want to do it in a very responsible way. And not being funny, it's just like alcohol sales, beverage companies. They want people to enjoy their drinks, but they want them to enjoy them responsibly. You hear it in their messages. You hear it in every message with betting and gaming. You know, we want it to be fun, we want it to be interactive, but we don't want people to get hurt. We don't want them to get in trouble. And let's be honest, things can get carried away. And I'll be brief with it because I can go on for hours about responsible gaming. It's more than just flashing an 800 number on a screen and saying, if you have a problem, call this number. They mean it. They're there to support it. It is not taken lightly. And in order for these operators to get these privileges to go live in these states, that is what is at the forefront of the laws with the regulators and everything. Are there protections there for the bettor? And they go to great lengths to ensure that that is the case.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. And I'm proud of our team at Concentrix for leaning in on that mission with the operators that we work with. I think it's super important and will be super critical, especially as the industry evolves here in the United States and globally, kind of navigating that regulatory landscape as well. I know the government has an eye on what's going on given the rapid rise of the betting and gaming space here in the US. I want to segue to the SBC conference. I know I'm taking us back a little bit, back to May. Definitely kind of a state of the union event for the betting and gaming industry. I was thrilled to see Concentrix invest in the event in a big way. For those who may not have seen us at the event or who didn't know anything about what we were doing at the event, kind of what was Concentrix up to at SBC? And then for you, any key takeaways that came out of the conference or anything you'd like to touch on from our time there? I know seeing you at the stock exchange was one of the coolest things I've ever done in my entire life, but I don't want to steal your thunder. Go ahead and tell the
No,
people
the
the
stock
story.
exchange walk was a highlight of a lifetime bucket list item checked off. But SBC was fantastic. It was our first ever trip there, taking part in it. Just made some incredible connections, learned so much about what these operators are doing, what is most important. And you talk about responsible gaming. I think every single panel that was up there speaking, responsible gaming was the topic. But it was incredible. They do such a wonderful job. The level of engagement, the happy hours, the after engagement. I mean, these guys go all out. It was truly one of the best events I ever attended, and looking forward to attending it next year. Give me a call. I'll be able to share any of the details if you're thinking about going to SBC and getting you in touch with the right people.
Now, to do a little bit of a spoiler, is Concentrix going to sneak into the real SBC party in Miami? Because there's SBC North America and then there's SBC Latin America. And
To
mi
be
gente
determined.
know how
To
to
be
throw down.
determined. No spoiler alert. I'm not going to allow it today.
All right. I'm pushing, but I won't get it here. We'll have to save that for a future episode. So one last question on business, and then let's get to the picks. And I'll make it kind of a softball. But what are you most excited about for the year ahead here at Concentrix Betting and Gaming Support Services? I know there's a lot going on. You've had a lot of growth in the business. You've worked really hard to build this business from the ground up over the past few years with support from Chris Caldwell all the way down. It's been incredible to see come together. As we now have the foundation in place, the few operators that we support in place. What are you most excited about as we look into upcoming football season in the year ahead?
I mean, an easy answer is, on the selfish side, the growth for not only me, but for Concentrix. But honestly speaking, it's the excitement of seeing the growth that we can unlock for our partners. There's nothing more exciting than a company putting their faith in you and then you helping unlock all of those things that are core to what we do. And that for me, these guys are competitive. I mean, it's betting and gaming. You see the commercials. I can't think of any other industry right now that is more competitive than this space, and understanding where they want to go and saying, oh yeah, we can absolutely help you get there. So that to me is the true win-win. And you just feel like you're part of their journey. That's the most exciting thing that I get out of it.
I'm gonna tack on a bonus question. I said it was the last one, but I'm
Come on,
terrible at
man. It's
actually keeping it
Friday.
to the last one.
I got to get back into my lab for my picks this weekend. Come
The
on, man.
other side of that coin, what has been your favorite kind of client story so far, favorite client moment in this betting and gaming journey that we've been on at Concentrix? Without revealing the client name, we respect confidentiality, but is there a moment that stands out where you were like, wow, like this is what I've built this business for?
You get on those initial calls and you're like, hey, what's keeping you up at night? What are you looking to accomplish? What do you need to do? And, there's a big sense of urgency behind some of those asks. And, when they realize where we are, how we do it, the velocity at which we can move, they put those items out there. We're like, well, we can do that a lot faster. We can do it this way. And just the options that we give them, it just unlocks like, wow, we didn't realize that was even possible. And then for everyone to kind of get behind that effort and realize it from start to finish, how quickly we can stand up some of these operators where they want to operate out of. I mean, we've had multiple examples of that, and anything is possible when you get two motivated companies with two motivated teams together, and you really mesh and get the job done. That's been incredible to see several examples of that play out.
It's a beautiful thing to see come together. I absolutely love seeing the story continue to grow. So we promised the people some picks, getting to the end of the show. I know it's late on a Friday. You've been cooking in the lab. That's why we wear the lab jackets to the meetings. Marini Magic, you got to bless the people with a pick or maybe two to
No,
kind of
it's
get
the
them through
dog
the
days of
dog days of
summer,
summer
man.
before football season. What do you got? And I'm sitting on one too that I'm pretty excited about, but I'll let you go first.
This one's probably not popular because everybody's been beating him up, calling him a choke artist and all this. The Open will be here next month, and I am going right back onto Rory McIlroy. He's
Wow.
decompressing. It's probably one of the most painful losses, but I love an underdog, and he has been kicked all week long. And Rory's going to come back, and he's going to get the claret jug. It's happening. So
I
get your
like
bet
it.
in early.
I like it. That picture that was doing the rounds on social media of him just in the clubhouse after the game, just staring out into the abyss. And he's been memed to death over it. But to me, that was the moment where he was like, all right, I'm locking in. Never again. He's on a revenge tour. I love a good revenge bet.
All right, man. I got a tea time. What's your pick?
Copa America is going on right now. For those gringos across the United States who are unfamiliar, the global game is football. We call it soccer here, but it's the most popular sport in the entire world. And we here in the United States are hosting Copa America, international tournament between the best international sides in North America and South America. everyone is riding Messi in Argentina, and I understand. Best player of all time, the GOAT, one of the most likable superstars ever. The odds to take Argentina to win Copa America are plus 175 for obvious reasons. However, I like mi gente Colombia. Give me the cafeteros. Give me plus 1,200 to take Colombia to win Copa America. Colombia
Wow.
has not dropped an international match since 2022. They have not dropped an international match in that entire time. That loss was against an Argentina side who went on to win the World Cup with Messi, and they only lost 1-0. In that run since 2022, they've beaten Brazil, they've beaten Paraguay, who are in their group in Copa America. You cannot tell me that this side is a plus 1,200 dog to win the tournament. They've beaten everybody that's a favorite to win the tournament. In their most recent matches, you've got 8 different goal scorers. Sure, you have Luis Diaz up front, doing it big for Liverpool, now doing it big for Colombia. You've got 7 other goal scorers in the past 3 matches. Who are you going to defend? Give me Colombia, give me the upset, give me the money, and then I'm going to go party with mi gente in Colombia, in Bogota, and Medellin, and we're going to have an amazing time, and you can come with me. Let's
You
go.
got me convinced. I'm gonna
Vamos,
wet my beak on
Colombia.
that pick a little bit. I'll wet my beak on it just for you. It was too
Hey, man.
passionate. I gotta put a little something behind it.
Like we say at Concentrix, baby, bet on us.
There it is. Bet on
Bet on
us.
us, baby.
This chip doesn't have any face value on it, but one phone call can unlock incredible things for their CX journey. So hit us up.
Amazing chatting with you, man. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the tea time. Vamos, Colombia. Let's watch Rory do his thing. Let's catch up again soon.
Pop the
Get back in
lab
the
coat.
lab.
See you, man. Bye.